Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne introduces the new generation of Young Money. Okay, let's see what they got going. I ain't gonna lie, you gotta stay in tune at the end of the day with Tunchi.
What's good, world? I'm your man, Lil Wayne. Did y'all miss me? I'm back with another season of Young Money Radio. Young Moolah, baby. Let's go.
Okay, round 2.
Young Money
second
Radio
round.
Season 3, y'all,
Heard he got
continues.
his
And I
Drake
am your
already.
host, Lil Wayne, and today's episode, I have none other than my Young Money family joining me in studio today to talk about what's next for the whole crew. I mean, we got Twist, Corey Guns, Jay Jones, we got Alan Cubas, we got Euro, Damio, Poppy, and we got Lucifina. First up to bat, let's welcome Twist and Corey Guns.
No Twist already like.
So, start with you,
like,
Corey.
You know.
Now, you already dropped 2 projects. Lucy.
Hey, shout out to Corey Guns. Corey Guns from the Bronx, 174. You heard? You heard? I think 174 Ho or 174 Vice. I'm not sure, but you know what I'm saying? He be around.
Pack 3 and the
And Lil Twist been around way before Drake. Do your homework.
militia, right?
Yeah.
All right, so what can people expect next?
Elevation. At this
Elevation.
point, just we gotta
Yeah, I'm so happy.
execute and be better than what we did last.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what we striving for. That's what
Okay.
you showed us. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We gotta make each thing better than the last one. Match the energy. Take it a level up above every time, and just stay consistent.
Now, nearly 20 years in the game.
Mm-hmm.
What keep you motivated?
Yeah. Family and the love for the art. It's nothing like.
That comes out in your music too, the love for the artist, and also family, of course, but the love for the art comes out
I
in
love
your
it.
music.
I love it. Like it's nothing like that. You get that line, you hit that melody. It's a science. We was talking about that earlier. It's a science to the execution of what we do. And you
Lil
want to
Twist
like
don't know nothing
you're
about
the
that.
master of that. Like it takes more than what people think it does. It's delivery. It's you're real. You have to be a tactician with that. Like so.
Pay attention. Pay
Right.
attention. You have to be a tactician. Now, being from New York, though, are you still rooting for the Knicks?
Yeah. Man, shout out to the Knicks.
You
man.
think they could take it back to the finals? This
I'm hoping so.
I did an
They
interview
never
with the
went
homies
to
from
the
the squad
finals.
on their podcast.
It's like the
Yeah,
ladies.
on Jalen and
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah.
Josh. It was kind of dope and shit. So I was talking to him and shit. Them boys ready.
Oh nah, I see
they
it.
ready.
I can see it.
Yeah,
They
what
got
you
it
think
roll.
about Cat going over there?
That was a good move. I think it was a good look. It's tension, of course, but I feel like they gonna get the gel going. Pause.
I think I was rocking with y'all last year, just because for the simple fact of how passionate the fans was. Like on y'all away games in the playoffs, like they had watch parties still in Madison Square, and it was like packed like it was a game, like
Yeah.
like it was a. You know what I mean, like
They
and,
should-
and
They
at the watch parties there was like you know what I mean, like real celebrities still sitting courtside like
Yeah.
it's a real game, just a watch party. Like I said that's
Believe that.
passionate. That's
They love it.
passionate.
You
Y'all
got
really,
the home team pride.
y'all want it. Y'all desperate for it. I see.
You need it.
So my man Twist, man. We go, my man Twist. So Twist.
Yes, sir.
Now, you've been in the game for a while now. How have you evolved as an artist since you started making music?
Oh man, I feel like I've been evolving throughout the years, but I've been in the process of reinventing myself, and I stepped into a whole nother genre, whole nother bag, and I got a band now.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm rocking with the alternative hip hop rock.
Now, what made you want to switch your sound and style and work on an alternative album?
I was really listening to some of the records from back then, like from the '90s, early rock bands. But I had a conversation with my idol, my big brother, my mentor, and we was just or really he was letting me know what direction I should step into, and I took that task on, and I feel like I actually been acing it.
Acing it.
Yeah, I feel like I've been acing it, and I'm loving it.
Tell them about that emo night.
Emo night was crazy, man. Emo night was crazy. That was another thing the GOAT brought to my attention, and I went and knocked it out, man. It was crazy, man. It was a whole different vibe, whole different world.
Whole different vibe.
I mean,
whole
actually,
different
they
world.
embraced me. And
Yes.
It was dope.
They're very that whole world right there is just a good feeling.
Yeah,
Everything
mosh
about it.
pits and yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back to another emo
Right.
night.
That's fine.
We on the way
Machine
back.
Gun. Shout out Machine Gun.
Shout out Machine Gun. Shout out TJ. Shout out the guys who put on emo night, man. It was real dope.
Yeah. Now, what's something people don't know about Twist that you want them to understand going into this next project?
That I can't be boxed. I've always been very versatile and this is my way of showing it now.
Yeah.
You know, trying to let them know that I'm able to do all kinds of things, whatever I put my mind to, as far as this music goes, as far as entertainment goes.
Diversion.
Yeah, TV, alternative rock. I'm trying to do it all.
They know you from off TV already. They already know you can do that. That's where they know you from if they don't know anything.
Yeah.
So even for some of the listeners out there, those who are listening, who's watching and seeing Twist, they know Twist from seeing them on television shows on what's the name of the
Growing
show?
Up Hip Hop.
Growing Up Hip Hop, but you've been on TV before that, running with Bieber,
Right.
and know what I mean. So you already know. So now all he doing is putting it together musically the way he feels more comfortable doing it. I think
Right.
this alternative that emo shit. If you don't know nothing about it, man, emo night.
No, I love it. And
Emo night is awesome.
it's a whole different vibe. Like, I feel like I put way more creativity and way more thought into making these records. It's like a task behind it.
Now, with so much history over the years, what stands out as the biggest highlight of your journey? And after all this time, what does Young Money mean to you?
Very first time my brother took a chance on me being 13 years old in Texas years ago. I still have a point to prove to the world and to my brother here. So that's like it's real big to me. And Young Money is family. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just music, more than just a record label, and it's yeah.
So do you feel like there's any pressure to continue to carry the Young Money torch?
Oh man, yeah, for sure. But I'm not pressured because we knocking this shit out. You know, it's gonna get handled. That's why I'm stepping into this whole new bag in the world. Y'all about to see this shit. Y'all gonna hear it, and we about to take the torch and run, man.
It's too dope. It's a shout out to the band too. Y'all, what's
Shout
your
out
band
Clip
name?
Wings, Clip Wings,
Clip
man.
Wings.
Yeah.
Lil Twist and Clip Wings,
Yeah,
Corey
man.
Guns and the motherfucking sorry ass Knicks. I mean, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Oh, what happened? What just happened? Oh my bad. I said
knew that
Corey
was
Guns
gonna
and
come
the,
back.
I said Corey Guns and the sorry ass Yankees. My bad.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. Shout it. That's what I
Liberty
meant to
doing all
say.
right. Liberty doing all right.
Here we go.
That's what I
yeah,
meant
shout
to
out
say.
to the Liberty.
Speaking of Here We Go, he's from Dallas. Here we go. Yeah,
We
Dak
done here,
Prescott. That's
man.
what Dak
Hell
be
no.
saying. Here we go.
Yeah, the Knicks suck though. But like you said,
Come on, that's the
like you
bullshit.
said.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lil Twist and Corey Guns. We be right back. These are my new artists. You got Jay Jones. He's from New Orleans. And you got Alan Cubas. He's from New Orleans. Styles vary from here to there, east to west, north to south. He has a history as far as his family. His father is from one of the most historical hip-hop groups from New Orleans, not only from New Orleans, but from Holly Grove. Now, this what caught my ear about Alan was I heard him rap and then I heard him sing, and I was like, of course, everything I'm hearing is awesome. And then all of a sudden, he went into his Latin shit, and that's something that we've never had at Young Money. And so I was like, right, as soon as I heard that, it was not even a question. You know what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Jones and Alan Cubas.
You heard what's poppin', me, bro.
Your new mixtape is out right now.
All right now.
How long have you been working on it?
I've been working on it for like the past 2-3 months. Like just out the way. It's titled Almost
give 'em
Forgot
the
Who I
title.
Was.
Almost Forgot Who
Yeah,
I Was.
that's
Jay Jones, new
that's the name of the
mixtape out
project.
right now. Almost Forgot Who I Was. That's
Yes,
the title.
sir. Got all type of different vibes on there. Some of the melodic, some
Yeah.
of the raw shit. You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
all over the place. So
Yeah.
I gotta tune into that, peep that out for sure, man.
Now, how does it feel being the first artist from Holly Grove signed to Young Money?
I mean, that shit really a dream come true, bro. I'm pretty sure you know the impact that you got on the city, and you got to see it even more so at the Louisiana Fest. But even being from Holly Grove, you know what I'm saying, y'all grew up and blow up how you did, and for me to even be a part of it now, I'm still kind of living in that shit. You know what I'm saying? It already ain't really processed all the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm still living in it moment by moment.
As long as we moving.
Yeah, man, we moving though.
Now, what do you want the people to know about Jay Jones that they might not pick up from this music?
I mean, shit. I kind of try to give you everything with my music. You know what I'm saying? That's how I make some of the best music. Like everything that I rap about, I sing about melodically, like it's something that I went through or experienced. So listening to my music, you kind of get a part of me. You feel me? Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
Now, you and Alan, y'all been cooking up something special.
Yeah, we got some what it's called. It's called Flight 504.
Ooh.
That's something we've been working on, man. Alan, it's a real dope project. You know what I'm saying?
Coming together.
That's a collaborative project we got. So y'all be on the lookout for that. That's some dope music with
Flight
both eyes so eggs together. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some dope shit.
What can the fans expect from this new collaboration, since we're talking about that? Since y'all both from New Orleans, what does the city mean to you, and how has it shaped both of y'all careers?
I mean, so the Flight 504 is just gonna be like a fusion of both our styles, really. Like you were saying, Alan got the singing and Latin shit, and I sing and do the hardcore rap, so kind of meshing that together with both of the New Orleans swags that we got, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like some gumbo shit, you know what I'm saying? Putting it together and making it work, you feel me?
I like that.
Yeah.
You know, New Orleans, it molds you into the person that you is today. So it gives you the motivation and the stories that you could tell and all that shit like that. So
And also motivation to do better.
to do better, it shows you every time you go back there, it shows you be like, boy, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's all, I love home though, so you know what I'm saying?
Now, Alan,
Yeah.
people might not know you from Honduras and New Orleans.
Yeah.
Now, how has both places shaped you as an artist?
They shaped me immensely. You know, born in Charity, I got to grow up in New Orleans and at a young age.
Charity, y'all don't know nothing about that. Born in Charity, that's the hospital in New Orleans that like 99% of everybody was born from, born in.
And
You
then
was
at a-
born in Charity?
I wasn't.
I knew he was gonna say no. He looked like he wasn't born in Charity. He looked, so I said that he looked like, I don't know. My bad, go ahead, brother.
No, yeah, just being in New Orleans, listening to music. You know, New Orleans is known for its music, jazz music, block parties, jazz everywhere. Then at a young age, I went to Honduras, which was a totally different background, third world country. You know, different music, different sounds, and I lived there till I was around 7. Then I came back to New Orleans. But it was a unique experience for me to get that perception early and that perspective. I mean, to get on a whole other side, then come back to New Orleans. So it was always big. You know, in the house, my father didn't really know English, but he was always playing his guitar, singing songs on one side. But then I go outside, I'm hearing bounce music or I'm hearing this. So it was always, I was always around it. And I think it shaped everything I am. Like you said, growing up in New Orleans, you get that motivation to want to do better, but it also makes you have to grow up with a certain confidence, I feel, as well, to get to where you want to go. You know?
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Now, as a second generation Latino in New Orleans, do you feel a responsibility to push the culture forward and represent through your music?
For sure I do. You know, you see the Hispanic culture is growing every day in the United States. And besides that, the Honduran culture is actually the biggest population of Hondurans in the United States is actually in Louisiana, in New Orleans, Kenner and Metairie and the surrounding areas. And it's ironic too because what we rep in Honduras is 504 because our area code is 504, 504, just like in New Orleans. So it's ironic the biggest population is there. So to me, it's important to put on for both. I look at myself equally New Orleanian as well as I do Honduran. And I think you have a responsibility when you're representing somewhere to keep putting it on and push it forward. And that's what I'm doing with my music.
Dope ass coincidence.
Yeah.
Now, who has been the biggest influence on your style and sound? What song started it all and inspired your career? Sound like your pops.
My pops is definitely number one because he was playing in church, guitar, everywhere, and I always was a fan of my pops.
Yeah.
He playing old school Spanish style, but I always thought he was, my pops. Then, no, I got to keep it real. The first type of music I heard in New Orleans was a lot of bounce music. So I'm listening to all that, and I loved it. I fell in love with the melody. That's a big thing, intimate melody. Obviously, you yourself and the Hot Boys, I mean, you couldn't grow up in New Orleans at the time I did. That was everything. I was 8, 9 years old trying to get them CDs and all the cussing and stuff. My mom was like, I was still finding a way to get it. But then going to Honduras, I was exposed to reggaeton, different sounds that was totally different. And that always kind of stayed with me too. So I always had the inkling to want to do both. It wasn't like, today I'm gonna make Spanish, today I'm gonna make English. I did what I felt. In both parts, because I lived both sides, they was kind of in me, which I think made the music the most unique because sometimes it's hard to really be embraced by both cultures because you haven't lived. I lived on both sides early. So,
You joined Young Money a couple years ago, but it's only the beginning. But what's next for the music, and what are you working on other than the Flight 504?
For sure. So I've been working on a couple projects, but right now I've been going back and forth to Miami, working with a lot of the biggest producers and different people, working on a Spanish album, like with Spanglish, where I would say 70-80% is Latin music.
Yes.
And I'm excited about putting that out. I think it's gonna be something different. I got my English songs, of course, with the whole gang. Me and you got songs, everybody in Young Money, then me and Jones, who have a great camaraderie from jump. Like right before I got signed to Young Money, me and him actually met and was friends in New Orleans. Like we had met at the studio. We made a song that night, and the majority of all the songs we made in that town, they was always fire.
Yeah.
So we just got together, started working, and it's just coming out effortless. It ain't no pressure. We just making it. We excited for the world to see what we coming with.
Now, you worked you worked with Skip on Fox Sports. He was also a guest on YN Radio last season. How was that experience been for you?
That was surreal because as people, as you know, like I'm just as obsessed and passionate about sports as it is music. And God been blessing me to get, keep living my dreams, and I hope it keep happening. But I was a dude that was always watching sports. I was one of them little kids trying to read the newspaper to see the stats, to see who had what. Since I was 8 or 9, like I was obsessed with sports. I remember waking up and my old lady, man, you watching this show at 7, 8 in the morning? What is it doing for you? Because I would wake up to watch Skip, to watch this every day. And now to be on there, like it's surreal sometimes.
That was the answer to her question.
Well, she had to see me. She had me. I see you on there.
You on there.
But learning from him, like he remind me a lot of you in the discipline and the relentlessness to how he works. Like Skip is a person, he don't play with this stuff.
Not at
He's
all.
waking up, going 100 every day. He does his due diligence, his research, and that's something that I try to take in and learn.
It was awesome. It was awesome experience having y'all on there. Just when they gave me the opportunity and you know what I mean, and Skip personally asked for you. He was like, Wayne, I really like, what about Allen? So that just for you to come in. Also, when I told you since the first 2 or 3 episodes, I remember telling you something, and I told you I gave you a guideline. And you stuck by that motherfucker from that
and
moment.
And switched it up.
From that moment all the way through, and that's what was up. Shout out Yella too.
Yep.
Yella made it awesome as well, man. That was a great experience for us all, man.
Yeah.
Jay Jones, Alan Cubas, Flight 504, man. I can't. Y'all already know I'm gonna be on that Flight 504, man. We flying all the way to your motherfucking home. We taking your girl. We bringing her back. We bringing her back. We will bring her back. Hey, we back in this biatch. Young Money Radio, Apple Music. Right now I got my man Damio. I got my man Euro. Now right here, what you have a vet. You have a new Young Money artist. The new Young Money artist, Damio. Y'all already know. Speaking on Euro, Slime can chop you up from your fucking neck to your motherfucking ankles, man. And straight the fuck up in my Slime from Rhode Island. You understand? Rhode Island. Coming away from Rhode Island with that bullshit, man. I'm telling you, man. Please don't play, man. Slime's a dog, man. You already know Slime's a dog, man. For real. And then you got Damio. Damio is one of the young, talented motherfuckers I've ever met. Now, I told him, he didn't even know what, I don't think he know, I probably still don't know, but he didn't even know what he had inside of him. But his confidence and his confidence is old, like through the roof. And that's how scared I want you to be. So like I just said, I'm not sure if he knows how amazing he is yet. And his confidence is already through the roof. That's scary. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Damio and Euro in this motherfucker. Now, I'm gonna start off with you, Damio. Y'all can call him Drizzy P. That's what we used to call him. You know what I mean? But he's Damio. I ain't asking why. I haven't asked him why yet. But, Damio, that's with 2 eyes.
Yeah.
You dropped Mental Warfare, and now you're working on your next project.
Right.
What can we expect to hear from you this time around?
This time around, it's going to be more, the Mental Warfare was more like the rap.
Mm-hmm.
But I had some singing hooks on there as well. But this project's going to really be like everything, like to show that I won't be in a box. Like I even just did a country song the other day.
Yeah.
So I'm really like trying to step out my comfort zone and just try a bunch of different stuff.
Music is music.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Fact.
Now you've been on tour, dropping new music, and even changed your name, like I told the people. But what have the last few years taught you about yourself as an artist?
It's taught me a lot. Even just from a lot of the talks that we've had. just focusing, just really locking in and really perfecting it. I mean, I was born such a perfectionist, which is a blessing and a curse sometimes. But I've just been so locked in on just finding myself as an artist and just trying different things, trying to expand so I could do whatever. Like I could go in there, rap one day, I might do a country song, the next day a pop song, R&B song, but just trying to learn myself and just keep elevating.
A personal question: do you notice that when when you're on the stage performing every other night with me, do you notice that in certain crowds, you know, they already be rocking with you when you start rapping, but then when they hear you get melodic, they cheer to that, and then you already know how you're gonna end it.
Right.
So you notice
No, I
them.
don't.
Yeah, you gotta
I don't.
notice that. I've been probably wondering if I was like, I wonder do you see that you already done got them. They already, whatever you say something within that first few, the first few bars when you start spitting, that already got them, give you a little cheer, and they already locked in. And then you get melodic on them, and then that's when you hear some screams,
Right.
and you know what that means.
Yeah.
And then you go back and then that's when the beat stop, and then you go back to
Killing with that.
So you know what I mean. So you know you full circle all in one there in front of them.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Bottle service is out right now. So if you were hitting the club tonight, how many bottles are we getting?
All of them.
Okay, and what does a perfect night out look like for Damiel?
Perfect night out. That's a good question. I say I got all my guys with me.
Yeah.
I got the family with me.
Yeah.
And a bunch of bad bitches.
Yeah. Now, Euro, let's talk about your new project, Lost Files, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. You revisited old songs you had tucked away on a hard drive and brought them back to life. Mm-hmm. What made that process so meaningful to you?
Yeah, man. Lost Files was something that I started working on probably like since way back when I first came around the camp, like 2013 and things like that. And, you know, I started with, the small team that was placed around me by you and, the Young Money team, the Young Money family. And I thought it was important to just start with that. I'm just getting back into the world, as I said, you know what I mean? Releasing things. I kind of been, dealing with a lot, but I'm back into it, and I thought it was important to release that project first, you know what I mean?
That's what it is. It reminded me of, remember when Future had lost, remember Future DJ got locked up with the hard drive, and he had to do the 56 nights.
56 nights, yeah.
I kind of wonder, I wonder what happened when he got the files back. I mean, like, I never knew what happened when he got the files back, what was the music that came out after that? Now, you dropped visuals for standout tracks like Practice and Love Me Again. And you've been releasing more visuals lately. You do a lot of visuals. How important is it for you to build a stronger connection with your fans and show them who you really are this time around?
I think it's important, and I also think it's time. I've always been considered as, just the secret weapon type of vibe. So, you know what I mean? I'm in the chamber and all that. And, I think it's time. I've been on a certain type of journey. And, I think with the music, a lot of the fans and a lot of people also want to connect to beyond the music, you know what I mean? And, from the outside looking in, a lot of perceptions could be going on, but, I've always been a big fan of the truth, and giving them myself is giving them the truth. So I think it's important to do so, you know what I mean?
Write that down, youngins. Write that down. Giving to myself is giving them the truth. Write it down. Now on track 8, Forever, you say, I hope the world will feel me if I give the real me.
Yes, yeah.
Now, who is the real Euro behind the music?
Yeah, man, I'm still that young kid that was born in Dominican Republic, moved to Providence, Rhode Island, the South Side, lived in my grandmother's house and was trying to learn English while trying to make it rhyme at the same time. Wow. You know what I mean? So I think that's the real me, that dreamer. You know what I mean? The kid that doesn't care about, oh, you can't do this, or I don't got the grades to go college here, or I can't get this job over there. I'd rather go dream. I don't want to do nothing else but dream and make this dream a reality, no matter what. No matter what. You know what I mean? And that's the real me. That's still who I am. You know what I mean?
Now, it's been 5 years since your debut. Don't expect nothing. Yeah. What are 5 key lessons you've learned as an artist that helped shape Lost Files?
I think I learned how to structure my projects better. I learned how to follow through with my music, not just, just give them couple audio tracks, also give them visuals and, you know, interact with the fans and stuff like that. And also I learned the business side, you know what I mean? How to actually, you know, go about the business and things like that, because we are in the music business, you know what I mean? So I learned a few things, you know what I mean? And matured as well.
Gotcha. So you got to interact with the fans, maturity, structure the album better, business, and
Connecting with the fans.
interact with the fans.
Interacting more, dropping more visuals, yeah.
So Lost Files Lost Files basically to me sounds like a newer, a fresher, a better, but a hungrier you.
Yes.
That makes sense to you?
100%. Yeah, I think I got a crazy hunger right now. I don't know what it is, but I can't even quench it. So I think that shows in Lost Files. You know what I mean? And it's gonna show in every other music. Like I don't know. Yeah.
And just like the rest of us out there, and to shout out to whoever's listening again and whoever's watching, we appreciate everything about you. And just like y'all, just like myself, and just like everybody, we all have, you know, tough times in life, and we all go through a lot. We all lose people we love to death. And so I know you lost your brother, Santi. Shout out, rest in paradise, Santi. Good guy, man. Good dude, man. Looked at him like a brother my damn self, for real.
Yes, sir.
For real. Santi had a bunch of, Santi had a billion bitches. A billion
Facts.
bitches. Just so you know. Shout out. You know what I mean? So Santi have him waiting for us when we get up that way. You feel me? You feel me? So now tell the people what they can expect next.
Yeah. So the thing with me is I got a hard drive that's full of like millions of songs, and I keep cooking. I got a disease or something. I just keep on cooking. So right now we got music lined up all the way to next summer, and videos, and we branching off. Shout out to people like Spiff, who's, you know, putting me on that Latin project. That's love. Shout out to people like Papatino out of Brazil. We collabing and we shooting a video in Brazil. I don't know if I'll ever come back. So, you know what I mean? That's going to be crazy. And we got more vibes coming. You know how I do, bro.
Yeah.
I'm coming up under you. So, you know I'm going to push that line, and I'm going to try to be the greatest at whatever I do. So that's all I'm going to do.
And right now I got Poppy and I got Lucifina. Now Poppy's from New Orleans, and Poppy is like my motherfucking son. I raised Poppy. I helped raise Poppy. Poppy also have the best parents, by the way. So with that said, but Poppy went to growing up and had to go do what he was doing. I was doing what I was doing. Somebody tell me Poppy rap. I'm like, who, Lil Poppy? I'm like, Poppy, what do you rap gifts?
Man, what
I'm like, what do you? I'm like, you can't be talking about my little, like, you talking about like my little son, Poppy rap? Like, what do you rap about? As soon as I hear him rap, he's fucking dirty. Like, and I shouldn't have expected nothing less, because he came up in that same house, man. So, and
Man,
then
that's the greatest intro.
Yeah,
and then
that's
you
great.
you got Lucifina. I met Lucifina in LA, listening to a different type of music. I'm vibing off the music, and then I heard Lucy scream. And so I told her, I was like, send me some of your shit. And she sent me some, and the first song I heard was a song called Tyrant. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, Lucy, can you send me the stems? I'll just put some guitar, let me put a guitar solo. That turned into me putting a verse on there. And then I found out that for some reason I thought Lucy was signed already. And so then that led to me finding out she wasn't signed.
I was like, I'm definitely not signed.
Yeah. and you already know what goes on from there. I was like, well, now you are. And so Lucifina, her music is beyond unbelievable.
Thank you.
Now let's get into it. We'll start with you, Poppy. Now tell the people a bit about yourself. I know I just did, but where you from and how long have you been making music?
East Side baby, born in Methodist Hospital.
Yeah.
Bunker Hill. I've been making music for a while, but to be honest, like, I grew up making music under you, so like I really learned everything, as growing up as a kid. So I would say I didn't get really serious till like 17, 18.
Now, if someone just discovering Poppy for the first time, which song should they press play first?
So I got some EPs where I get like vulnerable, and like I'm on some like, New Orleans, like we toe up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the reality of New Orleans, if that's what you into. But I also like to have fun. I like to dance. So if you really into like, just like that bop, feel, that dance feel, I would go Ain't Sweet. That's my favorite song. Can't lose.
Now, New Orleans has a deep musical legacy, especially in rap. What do you think sets you apart from the other artists that then came out of the city?
I kind of have a unique coming up in music. Like, of course, growing up with you, like, in the Hot Boys, that was obvious, anybody from New Orleans. But, like, my dad is such a odd character when it come to music. Like, my daddy on some Johnny Gill shit. He on some Anthony Hamilton. He on that, like, he is on that soul music. He even on, like, jazz music. Like, he made me play the trumpet in 5th grade. I wanted to play the drum. He was like, no, you playing the trumpet, you gonna get some soul. You feel me? So, like, and my mama loved, like, DMX. My mama loved gangster shit. My mama a gangster. You already know, my mama crazy. So, like, I kind of got a weird, like, upcoming with music, and my daddy a gospel head too. So I kind of got all kind of vibes when it come to me with music. Like, but like I said, I like to enjoy myself, and I like to make music that we can all, like, kind of dance and I can express myself.
You're a product of it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is. Now that you're moving back to New Orleans, what's next? Are you looking to collaborate with more local artists, or can fans expect for you to pop out and do more events next to that connect you with them in person?
Right, so I moved back to New Orleans to do a lot of more linking with people in New Orleans, like you said, more local artists. Yeah. And I went back to try and find a management team in New Orleans to help me kind of build more, you know, like, I kind of took what some people would think is a cheat code by coming under you, because I just went straight to rapping on $30,000, 30,000 people stages with you. Like, I ain't do the small stages. So I had to go back and learn that and kind of humble myself, and I ran in the Raj. I ran in the Raj Smooth.
Shout out Raj Smooth.
This nigga been working me. This nigga been having me doing all of the festivals, all of the picking up, playing my music in the Superdome, playing my music in the Smoothie King Center. He keeping me working, like, every week. Like, soon as I leave here, I gotta go do a gumbo festival. And then I'm coming back and chill with you. So, like, Raj is a blessing. Going back home and, like, building that fan base and that family base with my team, it's the dopest thing I did, bro.
Shout out Raj Smooth. Raj Smooth is the DJ that, when I used to put out those mixtapes called the Squad mixtapes, we would record those mixtapes in Raj Smooth's basement. While his parents was giving piano lessons downstairs in the house. And we were doing that the same time. They giving piano lessons, we upstairs in the basement, they letting us get it, do what we do. I wrote my last rap at Raj Smooth house. Yeah. That was the last time I wrote. And I think he said he still got all that. I put out a mixtape called 10,000 Bars, and I just left all the papers all over the floor.
That bitch like a museum. He still got all kinds of
shit. That's what he said.
I just recorded my last project in there called Fried. It's an EP. Bro, your shit is like a museum in there. You got plaques in there. Your room is closed off. Nobody could go in your room. He let me go and see your small room up in the top, up in there. It's like a museum, bro. It's like amazing. Growing up and being able to see that, it's like, damn, bro. It's like,
that was crazy. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
It's a full circle moment for somebody like me.
Shout out, Raj. Now, you working on new music, but let's talk about your latest placement on NBA 2K. How did it feel when you got that call? And if we hopped on the game right now, which team are you picking?
If we hopped on the game right now, I'm going to go with the Pelicans. I'm a Pelicans fan. I'm a Saints fan. I'm a New Orleans fan.
Okay, that's all right. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry to hear that, but go ahead.
Dude, a hater, bro.
Go ahead. How did it feel when you got that call, though?
Man, it was surreal, bro. It was so surreal. I've been playing 2K since it came out. Like, me and my sister, we bond over playing video games our whole life. Me and my sister bond over basketball and video games. So it's like, they also gave me the game. Yeah. So to be able to give it to my sister and her nephews, and we playing the game, and she like, I hear your song all day on the game. Like, I'm tired of hearing your shit. Like, it was amazing. And they broke me off a little change. Like, bitch, I ain't lying. So I was happy, you hear me? Like, especially like being under you and seeing you making all this money and your team being so busy, like, I'd had to go figure out a way to make some money, or some rap money on my own. You feel me? So it was so dope to get paid and scratch off something like a dream. You hear me?
So now, at the Louisiana Fest years ago, you got to perform at the festival. Did that feel like, and you got to perform at this one, did that feel like a full circle?
Full circle moment, bro.
Exactly.
Linking up with you and becoming Young Money, like, this shit is like a dream.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like, surreal.
That's Poppy right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Hola gang.
So, like, now we moving on to Lucifine. Lucy,
Hey.
your music can't be put into a box, period, or one specific genre. So, how would you describe it for someone who hasn't heard it before?
I would say like what attracted me to the genre that I make, it's mainly like high energy. So like when you go to shows, it's like mosh pits, it's people jumping, it's like a lot of fun. It's crazy shit, but you know, it's for like the kids that got like shit to release and you know, it's like an outlet. So I would say like the genre I make, I guess it's like metal, alternative rock. But yeah, I mean,
Beautiful.
yeah. And I'm hella hyped that like I get to be a part of Young Money and like bring this aspect of, you know, what I do to it. It's a blessing.
Your music is fucking crazy. We hella hyped. Now, how was your experience at Louisiana Fest? How was that for you?
It was fucking incredible. Like just to feel like the energy of everyone screaming the songs. I was behind the sound guys and I was just like looking around and I was like taking it all in. I was like, oh my God, like you're iconic. You're a legend.
Every time I get out there,
It's crazy.
Trust me.
Yeah, it was surreal. It was, and to see you get the key to your city, I was like, wow.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, how did you start your band? What was the process like for y'all?
So I was 11 when I went to a festival called Ozfest by like Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, I know what the Ozfest
And yeah, so I went there and I saw like all these metal bands and I was just like, I don't know, I just loved it. And I was like, I want to do this. Like I went home, I took a little CD home of all the bands that played and I just had it on repeat. And then I just started like screaming. I was like 11 or 12. And then my parents were like, why the fuck did we take her there? Like, no. And then I was like, I want to be a rock star. I want to be in a band. And then, so me and my sister Ariel, we were like, let's start a band and let's get some guys in it. I'm from East LA. So we just like kind of went on the internet and just hit up like people in our area and were like, hey, join our band. And that led to me like going on like American Idol and I screamed on American Idol. I was just doing that to like kind of expose the music to like millions of people. That's so dope. And yeah, that led to us like getting opportunities to go on like Warped Tour and things like that. And so it was fun. And then eventually my band broke up like right after high school and shit. So then I had to figure out like, I want to keep doing music, but I guess I'm gonna do it on my own because having a band is just like, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Imagine.
Yeah, so going solo was cooler and I had more like creative control to do whatever I wanted to do.
Dope.
And that's how like collaborations and stuff happened.
Dope. You get on the track and let it all out. How liberating is it screaming on the track for you? Like how is that?
It's extremely liberating. I mean, I used to be very shy and like introverted, so screaming and doing like heavy music was just like expression to me, and it was a way to like let all my shit out.
Let it all out,
Yeah.
Trust me. Ladies and gentlemen, trust me when you hear her fucking music, man. Now, who has been your biggest music inspiration?
So I would say like Bring Me the Horizon.
Okay.
Yeah, they're a huge inspiration. I saw them when I was like 13, 14. That was like, I really wanted to start a band after seeing them for sure.
That was the ones.
Turnstile, Deftones, Nirvana. Yeah.
I could hear a lot of it and shit too.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's one thing that you want everyone to know about Lucifine?
I would say like the takeaway is just innovate. Don't be scared to, you know, put yourself out there. Be true to yourself. Whatever resonates with you, stick to it. And yeah, like let that shit out. If rock is how you do it, like scream. If rap is how you do it, go hard with that, you know? I say, yeah, just be true to yourself and kill that shit.
Totally. Anytime I check out the video, you know, I watch the video. And even anytime I played the song, you know, for someone who's never even heard that type of music or whatever, when it comes on, when they heard the song, you know, they're like, you always on some different shit. When they see the video, they're like, that's who that was on the song? That's who that is screaming like that? That's her? They're like, and then you already know you got that scene with the fire. They're like, get it, girl, yeah. Like, see, I'm like,
yeah. And you killed that shit. Like, Wayne is on a hardcore song.
The best part of that is me saying, in the net conversation, when in the net was saying, yeah, that's my artist. Really the best part. Really the best part.
I gotta
when they're
hear
like,
it.
she cold, she crazy, just so different. What's her name? What's her name? Google her. She already got some shit out. Be like, yeah, that's my artist. That'd be the best part about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucifina and Poppy.
Swag.
Thanks for tuning in, listening, watching, whatever you did. I appreciate you and your
yeah.
motherfucking mama. You already know that. My name Tunchi. Young Money Radio,
Yeah.
Apple Music.
Go. Go in.